Hello and welcome to another Monday where I'm streaming solo RPGs, and this time I'm streaming Delivered by Cage, who is in chat right now. I'm gonna see if my little um, cloud bot is gonna work here. Um, Still learning how to do all these little things, but let's see if this works. Does that work? I don't know if it will actually tag you though. Well, I'll figure out how to actually tag you in that, um, and people can link to you then. But yeah, I am playing Delivered, and I've been playing this for a while. Um, I was going to sort of play it by ear and figure out whether or not it was going to be a short game, a medium-sized game, or a long game, and I don't know um, if if you followed along from last week, Cage, or saw the video on demand, but there was a massive plot twist that happened. So I am going to just do a quick recap because there was uh, that huge plot twist, and we decided that Mack's unofficial middle name is probably Plot Twist because of all the things that have been happening. So successfully delivered the final parcel, or parcel 5, which means that Matt can get a promotion, um, and that was at the very very end of the last episode, and so a couple major things happened. Um, One, Mac got an, a message from uh, a family member, and it turned out to be um, her dad, via her dad's administrator, named Mavis. So Mavis sends this communique, and it's basically your dad is sick. He needs to come. You need to come back home. Um, and Mac's relationship with her dad is very estranged, so she was conflicted about, is this for real? Is it some kind of trick? Um, and with her, she did very well with all of her roles last week. So she was able to determine it was not a trick because it came with like a replicator card. So she went to the replicator that we got a, a couple episodes ago, um, and was able to replicate all these like really amazing luxury items. And she knew it was her dad from that. Um, and um, and so um, she's going to go back to see her dad because she knows that he probably is, if he's not ill, then something else is going on. But the other plot twist was that Mavis let her know that she needed to come back because her dad wants her um, to get married as quickly as possible, to come to the wedding as quickly as possible. And it turns out that the AI that we had running to pretend to be Mac um, was talking so well with Lincoln Hamilstone Jones, her ex tech bro, um, who she was. I mean, she set up the AI so that they could just have a conversation without her having to think about it. But I guess it got out of hand, and so there's a wedding, and her dad wants to be at the wedding. Um, so he's made it seem like he's going to pass away soon or something like that, or he's so ill that you know he needs to be at this wedding. Um, so yeah, the lessons about not using not using AI, you know, um, and And so, um, I'm just looking back here. So she gets to this like Zeta zone in the far, far, far reaches of the uncharted galaxy to deliver these basically a cargo hold full of fuel. And I absolutely thought that this was going to be the way that things ended because um, I just imagined explosions in Mac's future. But she's been very like the chaos that she creates generally is for other people. um, so she gets to this far uh, region in the Zeta zone to deliver this parcel. Nobody is there to collect. So she's waiting for a while, and then she gets a hail from a ship that she doesn't see, and there's a what is it? So there's a familiar voice that says the pigeon has come home to roost. Um, and then it repeats itself because Mac is just like, I don't know what this person is even saying. What is this? And then Shanana discovers that the delivery instructions actually have this in it. And so Mac has to respond, "Coo, coo." At which point the comm screen turns on, the ship reveals itself, and she sees the familiar face, who says, he says, he's got these pearly white teeth, and he says, "Mac." And then equally stunned, Mac comes back with Lincoln. And so it turns out that Lincoln Hamill Stone Jones is an undercover rebel um, for this organization that is attempting to sort of overthrow the powers that be. Oh, I also forgot to mention that um, Mac's dad, Mackerel Guffin III, is actually the CEO of The Office. Um, and yeah, it's capitalized and ominous and haven't really revealed exactly. Yes, Mackerel. Haven't revealed exactly what The Office does, but it is definitely not the good guy. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I feel like I couldn't just leave it like that. I was thinking, if things went the way that I thought they were gonna go, I was going to, just leave it with an explosion and then maybe come back to the game where, Mac, survives the explosion somehow. Um, However, things did not align in that way, and instead we got this. I really, I'm loving this plot twist. And yeah, so we're on parcel 6. We have moved up to tier 2. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe all I had to do was really add an ability score. And so what I did was I added another ability score to body. I figured that, with all the heavy lifting and stuff that Mac has been doing, with all the crates and parcels that are not, really easy to maneuver. I think maybe her body skill has increased. Her social is already pretty good, and I didn't really want to mess around with wit too much. Cool. Thank you for clarifying, Cage. Yeah, so now she's got her stats are body 2, wit 2, social 4. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, hello everyone in chat. I haven't actually greeted everyone. I hope you're having a good Monday. Mine started off with waking up from a nightmare, waking up late, and then realizing that my kiddo, my 4-year-old, hadn't also woken up and had to go to preschool in like a span of 30 minutes. So that was fun. Mm. I kind of expected it to happen last week because of the time change, but nope, a week later. Um, all right, so there is there's the recap from last week. Like so much happened, and yeah, Boo Nightmare. It was not a great nightmare. I guess none of them are, right? Well, that's also a nightmare, Jane. Yeah, all one session. I do feel like though it was like the how stories work, right? Like you have the ups and downs, and then at the end it's like high stakes before everything resolves itself. But this is like just the middle of the story, I guess. Probably going to be a medium length game unless there's another like wild plot twist in the middle of this. But yeah, I at this time I'm just sort of like how she's going to have to go back to her home planet at some point during this, possibly have a fake wedding. I don't know. I don't think I've shuffled, and this was something that I was looking at this morning because of the way that I'm playing it. I don't have like a discard pile per se. I'm just putting all my cards at the bottom of the deck as I play through them, and I'm just going to go back through here. I think I started with a 10 of clubs. I think it was a 10 of clubs. And if that's the case, or was it the 10 of spades? Hmm. If it was the 10 of spades, I'm just going to go back in my journal here. I'm getting close. Let's see. It was the 10 of clubs. So actually, here's my deck. I haven't even gone through half of the cards, so I'm not quite sure. I've been, so this is the funny thing. I feel like I've been playing this game super slow, but having a lot of uh, like really meaty journal entries. uh, yeah, replayability after shuffling. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I I don't know. I think I've got a lot of game left here. If it's a medium game for sure, I'm pretty certain that I won't go through all the cards if it's a medium game. If it's a longer game though, I think there's more of a chance that I might reshuffle. Um, okay, well, first thing I need to do is I feel like um, after this encounter with Lincoln Hamilstone Jones, I'll deal with the promotion. So I'm gonna just roll that into the next journal entry. So first thing I'm gonna do is draw another card. It is a four of clubs. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be good for me. Oh, clubs is a 12 though. D12. All right. Now to find my D12. Okay. So gonna switch over. Gonna switch over to my journal here. And so um, that means I will get um, I'm required to achieve 4 successes in 12 days. Is that correct? Nice book. Four successes. Oh, it's very nice. All right. So 12 days remaining, four successes required. That's pretty wild. All right. So I guess let's talk chat. So we're gonna have a parcel um, that needs to be delivered. We've got a lot of time to deliver whatever this parcel is. Um, Lincoln is going to be the one who gives the next assignment. So I think, you know, when I do write my journal entry, it's probably going to be that Lincoln, you know, is, I don't know, maybe buying Max some time so that they can maybe coordinate what they're going to do about this fake wedding, which I think Mac is going to go along with. Um, Probably, yeah. Um, well, let me draw what the parcel is, and then we can kind of think of. Actually, no, we need to think about what the parcel is first. So what do we think it's going to be? Um, we've done battle droids, uh, communication chips, which is how Matt got the AI, uh, ship mods, illegal ship mods. We had a spark dragon, and we also had the cargo hold full of fuel. Uh, yep. I think that she's probably gonna have to come clean with the AI because I feel like I feel like he's just gonna be like, I didn't know you had so many feelings for, um, my tech bro like uh undercover identity sort of thing. And and she's definitely gonna be like, nope, that was AI. Um, and I don't know if she actually realizes yet that this organization is kind of, I, in my mind, this organization is trying to overthrow the office. Um, but I don't know if Mac necessarily knows that. So do we think that Lincoln actually told her about it too? Probably just unwittingly because he thought that she's working for Unquestionable Delivery Service, which is, an um, delivery service too. Yeah, yeah. I think it's just like this little back and forth, like um, maybe what I'll start off with is I'm going to start writing just a little recap of, what possibly what the conversation could have been, and then try to figure out what this next parcel is. All right. I have not had 2 parcels at once yet. This would be a great opportunity to have 2 parcels, though. Um, all right, so, what Mac has written here is, my conversation with Lincoln was super confusing at the start. He was all, "What? You're part of this rebel group also? I thought we were just daddy's princesses or something." And I was like, "Pff, no." And then he was like, "But your messages to me were totally into my secret identity." That's when I told him he had fallen in love with AI me, who I started to refer to as Amy. He seemed genuinely impressed and said something about undercover skills, blah blah blah. Shanana elbowed me, so I snapped back into the conversation. Let me just fix that spelling error. All right, so now we have the sort of like back and forth confession of what's actually really going on, and Lincoln needs to give her a parcel of some sort. Gosh. Thank you, Cage. I'm really loving Mac's character. um, I don't know. Like, can the package be Mac? Like, can she be delivering herself um, to her home planet, and that's why it's taking so long? Like, she's got 4 days to do this, or 12 days to do this. Or maybe before she gets home, Lincoln wants her to like infiltrate someplace um, with a package. What about a tracking device? Put a tracking device in at a location that belongs to the office, because she would be able to get in, um, probably no problem. I also just have to say that there's probably like a, a not zero chance that Amy, the AI version of her, is probably going to go rogue at some point. So, um, some kind of spyware needs to. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, maybe I don't know if she needs to install it, but she needs to deliver it to somebody who will just like assume that it's all okay, and then it's got some spyware in it. Um, all right, I'm gonna write that. I'll look up this line. Okay. So, the rest of this initial entry here is my next parcel is the tiniest one yet, a USB stick that I need to deliver to the office. I told Lincoln I'd need time because all of this was like a lot. He said something that sounded like it was from an old TV series. Most purpose is more burden than glory. Then the comm screen shut off and his ship disappeared. So 12 days to deliver sounds okay then? I'm not really looking forward to going home, but I need to find out why these rebels want to overthrow everything my dad built. All right. So, yeah, the twist. There's so many twists, Kate. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and this is why this game is taking me so long. So like this intro to this parcel has basically taken like almost 40 minutes here. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm like I said, like I'm really enjoying this because, the inspiration of like Futurama, but like I guess my own take on it. So it's like there's this big organization, mysterious organization that's running everything. Um, and like originally I think if you go back to like the session 0 episode, you'll see that I wrote The Office just regular The Office, like lowercase, and then I went back and just like I decided to capitalize it because I thought that it could be a mysterious organization. And I feel like it's like a corporatized entity for organizing um, a part of the galaxy, and it's run by her dad. All right, so parcel one or parcel six, I think it is. Here we go. So I have drawn a two of diamonds. I don't think I've ever drawn anything this low yet. Let's see. Make sure I've got my day one. Oh my gosh, okay. Right, so day one, two diamonds, and then we've got out of 12 over here. All right, let's see what we've got here. Two of diamonds. You land on a planet and a shroud of mist envelops your vessel, making takeoff difficult. Oh, nice. Oh, for anybody who wasn't here last week too, we had landed on oh gosh, it was such a ridiculous planet. It was a planet of storms, like storms that were, it was prone to storms, and but the storms had like rainbow rain, and during the storms, literal gummy worms would come up from the earth. So um, Shanana told Mac that they were a delicacy, and so they and Mac was just like, I didn't know that gummy worms came. Like this is where gummy worms came from. And then the liquid the liquid was like antifreeze type of thing. So we do have that in our inventory, and I'm hoping that we can make use of it at some point. All right. So what kind of planet is going to be like super misty like this? Planet London. It could be Planet Seattle too, to be honest. Planet Vancouver, yes, that's true. Um, I think what I'm gonna say here is it's maybe Mist Haven. Um, feels like that is something already, but I'm just gonna go with it um, because it's like a haven for mist. Um, so we've got Mist Haven. Do we want to make it like a planet that has creepy things? Maybe it's creepy things in the mist, but they're not actually creepy. But people are scared off of this planet because they think that there's like, I don't know, werewolves or something. No fun rainbows. I'm sorry, Jane. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna write a journal entry about Mac being on this planet, being kind of scared, um, and just kind of hoping to take off before anything frightening leaps out of the mist. Yeah, agreed, Jane. It's gonna be something like that. Something just like really adorable. Um, but maybe then they're still deadly. We don't know. It depends on how these roles go, right? All right. All right. So we've got Another captain's log entry here. Oh shoot, what happened? Okay, whew. I just went back and I need to edit this. Added this to the wrong area. Nope, that's not gonna work. Here we go. How much space do I have here? I thought I just overwrote everything, but thankfully I did not. Okay, now I'm confused here. Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I really like this. It's called Good Notes, and I'm able to use it with my Apple Pencil, and it's just has definitely taken over pen and I wasn't really using a lot of pen and paper, um, but this just keeps everything in these little notebooks and everything, so I'm really enjoying it. All right, I'm gonna just delete this page. Move page to trash. Yes. All right, here we go. Now I can read my journal entry or captain's log entry. Um, Here we go. Um, we took a break on the first planet we could land on outside of Zeta Zone. Ship's nav identified it as Misthaven, and it lived up to its name. The mist made it super hard to see anything. There were also some creepy things moving around, making weird noises. I really need to get off this planet before I find out what's making those sounds. All right, so I think this is probably going to be a wit roll to um, navigate. No, body to because it's precision agility speed. I think the precision part is really, trying to get away from the creatures physically, and then also just like getting the ship away. Um, so I'm going to go with body here. Oops. So I've got 2 in my stats there now. So I'm going to roll my d4. Got a 3, which is a partial success, and a 1, which would have been an absolute fail. All right, I already have an idea for what the complication is going to be. Partial success. You get what you want, but things get complicated. So I feel like, as Mack is sort of like running back into the ship and trying to take off, um, something jumps onto the ship. All right, here we go. So with this partial success, oh, I will mark it over here too. Mack writes, "We made it back onto the ship just as a crowd of these creatures started to emerge from the mists. With Shanana's help, we took off. We both let out a sigh of relief. But then we heard a third sigh, and it was not Shanana's fungi who was sleeping on the ship's dashboard." Um, so we have a stowaway that we have not identified yet. It is definitely one of the creatures that boarded from Mist Haven. I think I'm going to leave it on a little cliffhanger as I take a quick break, though, and then we'll figure out what kind of adorable but possibly deadly creature has jumped aboard. Dun dun dun. All right, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. And if you want to come up with some other suggestions, I definitely welcome them as always. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, I am back. Um, so in the first half here, we received a parcel from Lincoln Hamilstone Jones, who happens to be like a spy for the rebel organization that's connected to Unquestionable Delivery Service. There's so many like layers going on here. Um, and it's just a USB stick or drive or whatever that Mac has to deliver to the office, which is her uh, dad's galactic organization. It's like a corporatized type of government agency, I think. That's what I have in my head so far, anyway. But it hasn't really been, necessarily revealed um, in the gameplay yet. So that could be a work in progress. But it's called The Office, and she needs to deliver it so that. And I don't even think that she knows what she's just delivering it. She doesn't know what is on this drive. Um, I think we know that it's spyware, um, and um, and she'll be able to get it in because she is the daughter of Mackerel Guffin the Third, who is her dad and CEO of the office. Um, but where we left off is, she landed on a planet called Misthaven, which was misty. There were like weird figures moving around, making scary noises. She wanted to get off the planet right away. Um, Managed to get out of the mist with a successful roll. Um, but now there is a creature. One of those creatures jumped on board. So we're trying to figure out what that creature is. I did like the idea of it being like a something really cute, um, but possibly deadly. Um, uh, and yeah, I like that it just wants to go somewhere new. Um, and I just like what is an adorable looking thing that that this could be that lives in a misty area. Maybe it is something bear like, but like tiny little bear like, part bear, part something. Oh, so actually, I when I was younger, social is fine. I went to the Toronto Zoo and they had an Australian exhibit. I think it was just there for the summer, and I got to hold a koala, and their claws are so sharp. I was not expecting that. Um, I'm gonna make this like a koala type creature, but it also has um like sugar gliders and flying squirrels have like the glider fur here, so it can actually glide also, just to make it a little bit more frightening. um, I think what I'm gonna roll here is like a social to make it kind of like if it was D&D, it would be like animal handling. Um, and try to coax or communicate with this creature. So we'll transition here from this screen to my journal. And then I have four that I can roll here. So first roll is a 1, which is not good. 2, better. A 1 and a 1. All right, so 2, which is a partial failure. Oh no, indeed. Um, Partial failure. You don't get what you want, period. Oh my gosh. Um, all right. So, gosh. Um, I feel like in this case she just like she has a stowaway and and maybe it's like a very annoying stowaway. And she doesn't know what she can do with it um at this point. And maybe it's just like going going through and destroying things of all the times. All the times I get a feeling that there's a wild animal in front of, yeah, exactly. um yeah, so I think with this partial failure, like we just there is a koala a flying koala creature, um or gliding koala creature, um that is just terrorizing the ship, kind of like Stitch. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna write in my journal here. All right. So with this partial failure, we've got when we looked back, two big, black, shiny eyes stared up at us from what was the cutest koala-like creature ever. Shanana and I let out a unison, "Aww." That was our first mistake. It completely freaked out and let out a high-pitched screech before taking off into the back of the ship. Its razor-like claws left tear marks on the metal floor. All right, so Mac only has one more ability to use at this point for this event, and it's wit. I think it makes sense to try to track down where this creature has gone in the ship and maybe contain it. Yeah, beware those claws for sure. So I'm gonna write wit here, and again, I only have two here, two rolls. A two again is a partial failure, and a one is a complete failure, an absolute failure. So we have another partial failure here. So this koala-like creature now lives somewhere in the ship. I feel like there's gonna be like this moment where it goes up into like the rafters, and you just have like that scene from Alien where they're looking around and you just hear as it scurries by. Oh my gosh. This is incredibly funny to me. And thankfully, there's 12 days to deliver this tiny little USB stick. Yeah, it's gonna have an impact on their sleep. Talk about nightmares. This is definitely gonna be a nightmare. Um, we have to sleep in shifts or something. Um, all right, so here we go. Um, Oh, Cage, you just missed, you missed two partial failures. Um, so, yeah, we have a koala-like creature, that looks adorable, but, after Shanana and Mac, let out an "aw," uh, an "aw" sound, it freaked out and, took off, um, and, so in this journal entry, we have, or captain's log entry, we have, "We followed the claw marks for a while, hoping we could corner and contain whatever this thing is. The tracks eventually led up to a metal grate that it had clawed through. Awesome. It now lives in the ship's ducts." Uh, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we have it looks like a koala, but I added that it has like um, sugar glider or flying squirrel um, like a skin fold so that it's going to be able to glide through at some point when we see it again. Um, but yeah, it's basically like the alien from Aliens just going through the ductwork right now. Um, so that's day one. Again, super eventful day one of this package delivery. Um, this is only day one, yes. Because they landed on the planet and it was just like, yeah, trying to get through all of this. Um, so I'm gonna bring down my countdown timer to an 11. Um, and we only have one success out of the four required, which is fine. Oh, actually, mis I mislabeled something here. It's four successes, not 12 successes. Um, so yeah, we're now on day two. Here we go. I'm gonna draw a card here. All right, it is eight of diamonds. Her, I haven't failed any deliveries. That is correct. Uh, I feel like I feel like part of it is some really good rolls, but part of it is also like narratively being able to draw out some of this to eventually find a success. Um, let's see. Eight of diamonds. Another diamond planet, which is hilarious. So these ones are environmental effects, and you land on a planet, and after you take off, realize several snakes have boarded your vessel. Oh my gosh, this is snakes on a ship with this koala creature who might actually, I don't know, like, is there gonna be like a, a fight that breaks out? Are they gonna are they gonna like team up? Like, I don't even know. This is so funny. Um, all right. Snacks. Snacks for the koala. Yeah. Okay, day two. I've got eight of diamonds. And so far I have one success. All right. Yeah, but then, yeah, Oh my gosh, this is just too funny. Okay. I am going to write in the captain's log here. Okay, so Mac writes here, um, going through all this here, flying koala, snakes, snakes came in the perfect time, yeah. Oh, that's awesome that you pitched this. Snakes on a ship. It's so good. Yeah, I can't believe this has happened right after another creature, but this is fantastic. So Mac here is like in the captain's journal. Um, and also welcome. I don't know how to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna say your handle here. Uh, Callan Naughton Jr. But welcome um, to the chaos of this game. Cal, Callie, awesome, Callie. Welcome to the chat here. You have arrived at the peak of the chaos that's happening on board this ship here. Mac writes in the captain's log, when we landed on another planet to try taking a break from the ship, it all seemed pretty nice. There was an amazing jungle vista from the plateau where we landed. We picked up some fruits to snack on and eventually packed up, feeling a bit of relief after a night on edge from the possible killer koala living in the ship's crawl spaces. We left the ramp to the ship open, hoping it would leave. That was our second mistake. When we left the planet, we heard some hissing sounds and discovered some snakes slithering into the opening in the metal grate that led to the ducts. I'm going to have to go in and remove them before an entire zoo lives on the ship. So in this case, I don't know if it's going to be wit or body here to sort of like navigate um, through the ship here. Um, I think I might start with wit because she's going to try um, um, tracking and investigating to try to find where the creatures have gone. Um, and I think also kind of hoping she's not going to run into the koala. I think she's less scared of the snakes than she is of the koala at this point. Um, and then, if that doesn't work, then she's going to use body to just like sort of quickly make her way through and try to like, I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do with these creatures. Um, Here we go. So wit got two that I can roll here. Yep, maybe it will be a delicacy. Maybe she can trade for something here. I got a 4. The first absolute success here. Um, so you get what you want and more. All right. So I feel like because of what uh initially what she was trying to do was just capture the snakes. Um, but because I get what I want and more, I feel like she gets all of it, right? She's able to contain the snakes and and the killer koala. Um, and I think it's because I think somebody suggested in chat that the snakes are a snack. Was that socialist pie? So I feel like uh, she gets there, she corners the snakes, or it's maybe she rounds a corner and sees the snake, and then the koala jumps in just as she's um, capturing the snakes. Um, so kind of right here, absolute success. I will also go back to put the success over here. So wild this this episode. So much has happened in just like less than a couple hours here. It's amazing. Um, all right. Has a picture like she's put on like a whole bunch of gear too. All right. So this was an absolute success. And so Mac writes in her captain's log, putting on as much makeshift protective gear I could find, I brought an electro net to try and catch the snakes. As I made my way through the ducts, I heard a skittering sound which made me move faster. Soon I tracked down the snakes in a bend, and just as I swooped the net down on them, the koala pounced on them also. I screamed and closed my eyes. When I opened them, the snakes were gone, and the koala was napping from a full belly. All right, so we got a success there. The koala is now contained. I figured it would have to be some sort of netting that wasn't fabric or metal or yes, R.I.P. to the snakes. So we have the koala contained. I think Mac is going to have to figure out how uh, to to keep this koala uh, contained for a longer amount of time um, before landing on another planet, and hopefully, I guess she's going to release it um, into the wild or something. I don't even know. Like, what is the ethical thing to do with this koala creature? It's just gonna terrorize whatever place she puts it down on. But that is a problem for future Mac, I think, at this point. I don't think I've got enough time to do another day here. It has been a very eventful 2 days. Um, so the countdown timer is going to go down to 10. Um, let's see, and then we're going to draw another card next time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream next week because it's Thanksgiving week, and my kids' school is like off basically for the entire week. I think I might try though, so I'll have a conversation with my partner and see if we can do that. He's off, so I should be able to manage it. But yeah, a lot has happened to Mac in a very short span of time, I feel. It's pretty incredible. What are some things I should let you know about? I'm gonna add my little notes here. Also on Wednesday, I'm gonna be running a game design lab again. Last week we designed a really cute goblin artificer NPC. I'm still working on posting that to Patreon um, as an NPC that you can use in any game. Um, And what else can I tell you about? On Friday, I will be doing my craft stream, Crafternoon. Um, I mean, hopefully I will still have this project to work on here. I've been sort of working my way through it um, in my spare time. Um, so this is what I've got done so far. I think I've been making some really good progress. Um, Not making as many mistakes as I have been. Um, And yeah, so I will post that as well in chat here. That is my Friday stream. Um, and yeah, hopefully I will stream next week for Delivered. Again, this is having so much fun with this game. And thank you, Cage, for creating such an awesome game. But I will see the some of you on Wednesday, and I think we're going to try creating the world in which, or a part of the world in which the this little goblin NPC lives in, and then do that. Um, Nice to meet you as well, Callie. Thank you everyone for joining in here, and I will see some of you later this week. And if not, we'll see each other online. I know, what a couple of days, hey? Take care, everyone.